Hello and welcome back to Americano Update. I am Andres Chang. Sorry everybody, but this week we had to do the scheduling, excuse me, a little differently. So it is Friday the 18th. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. So it's Friday, 18 February 2022. It is 7 p.m. Live from Davao, Philippines, which means it's about 3 a.m. Friday morning in California. And this morning, $1 will buy you 51 Filipino pesos. Let's get to the news. Can we have the Odette Philippine Red Cross graphic up if we got it? All right, there it is. I shouldn't say all right. So like I said, I'm going to stay on the story. It looks like I'm sad to say that I'm the only YouTuber covering this, which means at some point I'll have to go there. But I have not seen this on YouTube. I have not seen this on CNN Philippines. But as you can see from the Philippines Red Cross website, they still have the emergency appeal for those who have been affected by Typhoon Odette. So I can only speculate at this point that things are still the same. People still do not have their homes. They still do not have water. They still do not have power. They still do not have communications. So please, I hope that the media does not stop talking about this. YouTubers, stay on this, please. And CNN Philippines, stay on this, please. And everybody, if you want to donate, link in the description. You can donate to Philippines Red Cross right there. And welcome to the eye rubbing channel. I don't know what the heck is wrong with me tonight, but anyway, so that's the situation with Typhoon Odette. I am concerned that this is going to drop off the radar and people are going to forget about it. Here in the Philippines, it's a presidential election, so the attention might be switching, understandably, to the presidential elections and the other elections, and they will not be, and that might take, excuse me, attention away from Typhoon Odette. So please help if you can. There you can donate money, click on the website. I was trying to organize something with someone, but we have not been able to yet. So please reach out to me if you're watching, and maybe we can do something. Okay, let's continue on to the next story. Let's talk about the economy. This is very important. I wanted to talk about this quickly as soon as possible. The economy is going to crash this year. Today's Friday. I predict. I know that's a long time. This year, that could be anything. That could be any time between now and the end of the year. But I really think, and I'm afraid, that the economy is going to crash in the US, which means it'll take the rest of the global economy down with it, which is what it always does. And why do I say all this? Well, first of all, in the United States, well, first of all, here in the Philippines, we, at least in Davao, we might be getting back to normal. There's no more curfew. There's no more alcohol ban. there's no more gathering ban. So large groups of people can gather in Davao. You can buy and drink liquor in the restaurants, and there's no curfew. And tourism is open. The Philippines is open again for tourism. Seda Hotel near where I live is very busy. And the rumor is that Marco Polo will open up again. I absolutely love that place and I absolutely miss it. But what are the other factors? What's making me predict that the economy is going to crash this year? Well, in the United States, you've got inflation. Okay. And people are quitting or striking or not going back to work. So not only do we have inflation, but we have a labor shortage. And the other big news is that Warren Buffett, the Warren Buffett, supposedly the greatest investor of all time, he said crypto is that you should not invest in crypto, and also he said that first he said that, and then Bitcoin crashed, which is a cryptocurrency, and I talked about that on this channel. And before I go any further, I would like to take my take on the economy, and let's make this its own separate video. So of course there's this video, which includes this story, but let's make this topic its own separate video as well. Okay. So in the United States, inflation is up. People are not going to work. They're not returning to work. They're quitting their jobs. They're striking. So there's a labor shortage. Effectively, it could be I talked about this also. It could be a natural, organic, unorganized general strike. And so all that okay. So that's what was happening. Then Warren Buffett said that Bitcoin is worthless, or that you should not invest in crypto. Then Bitcoin crashed, which I did a video on before. Then now, more recently, the same Warren Buffett, supposedly the greatest investor ever, put in $1 billion, billion with a B, dollars, into crypto. So what is it, Mr. Buffett? Crypto is not valuable, or crypto is? Now, it could be just as simple as crypto's down. Oh, the price of crypto's down. That's when you buy it. And then when it goes up, you sell it. Could be as simple as that, right? The way I see it is that even before the Bitcoin crash and even before Buffett purchased these things, the inflation and the labor shortage and the and I can't believe I forgot to mention the increase in homelessness. So homelessness is on the rise as well. There's a labor shortage. Inflation is on the rise. All that was happening first. All that in itself is an indication that the economy is going this year, or that the economy is going to crash. We don't know when. We don't know what specific date. It could be, it's already Friday in the Philippines. It's Friday morning in California. The market could crash Monday. I think it's going to crash this year. I could be wrong, but I wanted to warn everybody, and then I'll also talk about what you should do to prepare. So again, the inflation, rise in homelessness, labor shortage, possible de facto general strike, which is organic and unorganized. All of that are indicators that the economy is not doing well and might crash. But that Warren Buffett said crypto is worth nothing, then it crashed, and now he's putting money into it. That says to me, like I said, maybe he's just buying low and going to sell high later. Maybe Warren Buffett is God, and what he says becomes, yeah. And then Warren Buffett said, crypto is worthless, and it was worthless. And then when Warren Buffett bought crypto, he said, "This is good." Anyway, it could be that Warren Buffett's opinion is so respected. Maybe just whenever he talks, they said something similar about Alan Greenspan back in the day. Whenever he talks, he just affects the market. But anyway, Buffett's purchase of crypto says to me that he thinks the market is going to crash. And so he's investing in crypto to diversify his portfolio. Now, when you're that rich, you're at $1 billion. Man, it doesn't really matter. You can write anything out. Ideally, all of us have $1 billion US dollars in cash, in $100 notes, in a safety deposit box in the bank. Ideally, that's what all of us have, so we can weather whatever storm. But I think, sadly, most of us are not that way. So I think the economy is going to crash. I think Warren Buffett thinks that the economy is going to crash. I think that is why he purchased crypto. Could also be crypto's low, so that's why he's buying it now. He's waiting for it to get higher. Now, what about the ordinary person like yourself or myself, who is not a millionaire, not a billionaire, not a millionaire, just the ordinary person? The ordinary person in America is homeless or out of work or just in a really bad position. But if you happen to be in a good position, it's so silly for me to talk about how should you invest. Most Americans, we don't have the money to invest. Man, we're just trying to survive. I mean, if you make $2,000 a month in California and you're single and you have no kids, you're surviving, if that. But that's 100,000 pesos. Hey, you can live comfortably like that here in Davao. 100,000 pesos a month. Okay, but that's just a big disconnect. Okay, now. Okay, so what should ordinary people do? And what I mean by ordinary is you're lucky enough in America so that you have a job, you got money coming in. Hopefully, you don't have any debt. That's the other thing. Americans are awash in debt. They've got so much debt. You're doing. You're surviving. You're paying your rent. You've got a little bit of money at the end of the month every month. What should you do? Again, before Warren Buffett bought the crypto, before the Bitcoin crashed, before Warren Buffett said crypto was worthless, homelessness was on the rise, the labor shortage, the inflation, all that was happening, which could indicate that the economy is not going to do well. Okay, so what should you do with your extra money? It's up to you how well you're comfortable with it. You should have you should start with $1,000 in cash in a safe deposit box in the bank. Check with the bank, see if it's worth it to maintain that much money in the safety deposit box. I'm not sure. Don't buy any real estate, not right now. Buy gold and currencies. Myself, I'm not very diverse. I am not a big time investor. All I have is gold, and pesos and dollars. That's all I have. Gold, pesos, and dollars. Okay, and even then, of those, not a lot. But again, this gets back to the other video I did about Bitcoin. And so that was the solution. That's how you prepare for an oncoming. For if you think the market's going to crash, that's how you prepare for it. You put cash in a safety deposit box. You make sure you have a lot of cash in the bank. You don't buy real estate. Hold on to your gold. And put some money into foreign currencies. So ideally, I do business consulting. I advised one person who does have a lot of money. If you're wondering where to buy gold, you should really, the cheap gold you can buy at a pawn shop, but you're probably buying it for twice as what it's worth, because the pawn shop dealers, they've got to make a profit. So again, you got to hold on to the gold though. You got to hold on to it for a while. That's the other thing. We have to stop thinking I'm going to get rich tomorrow. You just can't do that. It's like my YouTube channel, man. I know, I've only got 10 subscribers. Please subscribe. It's going to take a while for me to build this channel. It's the same thing with your investments. And you can take, if you have gold jewelry, some people have, your wedding ring might be gold. Maybe you have real gold earrings. Maybe that could be valuable. Maybe not too much. Maybe it's only worth $100, which is what's 2,000 pesos divided by 50, or $500, or somebody do some math. What's 2,000 divided by 50? 5 into 200. Oh, that's only $40. Maybe you only have $50 worth of gold, or 2,000 pesos worth of gold or something. Anyway, and you can always put your precious jewelry, also precious stones as well. Jade, maybe you have jade. Precious stones, you can put it in a safety deposit box in the bank. But so let me try to sum this up really briefly and succinctly. In America, we have a labor shortage. Homelessness is on the increase. We have inflation. Okay. And people are not working. That's related to the labor shortage. People are not working because they're quitting, they're going on strike, or they're refusing to return to work because they're realizing, I was so unhappy at my job and I was not making enough money anyway. I'd rather be a little happier without that job, and I'm still poor anyway. So what's the point of the job? I mean, seriously. So that in and of itself, those 3 to 4 conditions in and of itself are indicators that at some point the economy is going to crash. Then Warren Buffett said, crypto isn't worth anything. Then Bitcoin crashed. Then Warren Buffett put $1 billion into crypto. So Warren Buffett is either thinking, I'll buy crypto now while it's low in price, and then when it goes back up in price, I'll sell it. Or he's thinking or he's thinking, he could be thinking both. He's thinking the market's going to crash. The market is going to crash. I'm diversifying my portfolio. So I think the market is going to crash this year. Could come as soon, could come any day. I think it's going to come any day now. Could come on Monday. Could come, that is Monday the 21st. It could come afterwards. It could come the last day of 2022. Who knows? We'll see. Again, what should you do to prepare? Have some cash in a safe deposit box. Have some precious metals, jewelry, personal items, collectibles, also in a safe deposit box at the bank. Don't buy real estate. If you buy anything right now, make it gold because it's tangible. Oh, and also invest in foreign currencies. Myself, I have some pesos and I have some dollars also. Some of you watching this are like, yeah, right, Andres, I don't travel, man. How am I going to buy a foreign currency? You can buy foreign currencies from some countries. You can do that. You can. It's possible. So without actually needing to go, your bank might have that service. They might have partnerships with other banks, etc. All right. Oh, and getting back to that story of that other person, I was telling. I'm a freelance business consultant, so I was telling somebody, you should ideally. This person does real estate and has a lot of real estate, and I already has a lot of real estate. It's okay to have real estate now. But if you don't, you should sell it now. If you have real estate now, you should sell it. Yeah, you should sell it now. If you have some real estate that you want to let go of for whatever reason, now's a good time. If you want to hold on to it, you can hold on to it too. But anyway, so I know this guy. His thing is real estate. He's got a lot of real estate, and I advised him you should have 1,000. The equivalent of $1,000 in the bank of your country. I won't say which country. And then you should put the equivalent of $1,000 in euros in a German bank, and also in one of the Asian currencies like Taiwan dollars in their postal bank. Postal banking is another thing we can talk about in a different video. But that's what you should do. So that's what you should do individually. Now, what society should do largely here in the Philippines, and that's the thing, I'm not hearing anybody in the Philippines talk about poverty. Now, maybe I'm not paying close enough attention, and I'll talk about that a little later. But every country should do what Scandinavia does, which is everybody pays high taxes. And because everybody pays high taxes, the government then has the money to pay for everyone to be educated, everyone's education, and everyone's healthcare. And just about healthcare, there are different ways to do it. The Swedish healthcare system, my favorite writer, Chris Hedges, he would argue that he has said that he would argue that Sweden has the best healthcare. Now, it's private, but it's very regulated. So regulated to the point that everyone can afford it and everyone is covered. That's different from the Taiwan system, where everyone has insurance. And that's different from the French system, which I think is a combination of private insurance and government help. But the point is, everyone can afford to see the doctor. And the English system, the National Health Service, NHS, is just completely free. It's completely free at the point of purchase. You go there, you don't pay anything. How is it funded? Through the taxation from the government. And so that's what we need to do. We need to stop thinking, oh, how do I hate self-help. I hate how to invest your money channels. I hate that stuff. Um, we all need to do what Scandinavia does so that we're all taken care of. Okay. You don't need to be rich. I'm a minimalist. I don't want, I want to be rich, but only so I don't have to worry about money. You know, I don't, I mean, look how cheap I am. Look how bad the audio and video quality is. Okay. And I'll talk a little bit about that more. I really want this channel to be substantive, to be boring, but uh, in fact-filled news. You know, just the facts, ma'am. Very boring news. This is what happened today. You know, there needs to be some of that, just plain old facts thrown at you. Commentary too. But it's got to be based in fact. It's always so frustrating to me. I once gave this speech in Taiwan, and when it was Q&A time, somebody in the audience said, "It's not true that there's no healthcare in America. The private sector will uh, gives everybody healthcare." That is such nonsense. That is such nonsense. The number is something like 1 million Americans every year go, no. What is it? 1 million Americans go bankrupt every year because they can't afford their medical bills. And 80% of those people had health insurance. The health insurance, which is completely private, no government help, did not cover all of their bills. So it's just, I just, you just can't get through to some people. You know, I gave that talk and that person made that, and I totally fumbled and I totally messed up my answer. I could have given a better answer to his question or comment or whatever, but such nonsense. It's like, this was in Taiwan too, and this guy didn't live in America. Obviously, he had never. Well, I don't know. Maybe he did, but I mean, he was living in Taiwan. I should have said to him, "Okay, you know what? Okay, bro, why don't you go live in America then and stop living in Taiwan?" Ugh. It was so frustrating. Oh my gosh. And speaking of frustrating, let's go on to the next story. Okay, so that's my take on the economy. Let's separate that section of the economy, make a separate video of that. Okay, now sadly now in America, we're going to talk about guns. Another difference between America. That's the other thing. Look, in America, not everyone has health insurance, but everyone does have health insurance in Canada and England and France and Germany and Scandinavia and Japan and Taiwan. And that's not even a complete list. It's the same thing with gun violence. There's a mass shooting in the United States every day. Okay? This does not happen in Canada, England, France, Germany, Scandinavia, Japan, nor Taiwan. Okay? You know why? Because they have strict gun laws. Why can't we have strict gun laws in America? It's so frustrating. Oh my gosh. You know, in Taiwan, where I lived for 4 years, it's almost impossible, and I speak a little Mandarin, it's almost impossible to own a gun. And there's almost no gun violence, almost none, almost no street crime at all. Any woman, any child can walk anywhere in Taiwan, anytime after dark, nothing will happen. So I put a couple of links we'll put a couple of links in the description to two news stories, one from the Young Turks, the other from Democracy Now! Full disclosure, I do not like the Young Turks. I do not like Democracy Now!, but I do watch them because sometimes they do provide information, which is what they're supposed to do. And the Sandy Hook families, I didn't see the Democracy Now! Video. I only saw part of it, but I did see all of the Young Turks video. No, but basically, the families of some of the victims of the children were killed in a mass shooting. They sued a gun company, and they won. So that's important news. That's a good victory. I was debating whether or not to talk about this issue because I'm just so sick of guns. That's why I haven't lived in America for 8 years, and I don't plan to go back. I'm sick of the guns. I'm sick of the lack of healthcare. This one guy used to tell me, if you hate America so much, why don't you leave it? Yeah, I did. And I haven't been back for 8 years. And I don't want to go back. So that's America. Land of the free, home of the brave. Yeah, we're free from owning we're free from having any kind of health insurance. We're free from that, and we're brave every time we're brave and scared every time we step out of our own stinking home wherever we live, because we might get caught up in a mass shooting. So anyway, I provided those 2 links. We'll put those 2 links in the description. We're going to put a lot of links in in the description of this video. I'm going to say right now, if you read and watch all the links will take you to either an article or a video. If you read and watch everything that the links take you to in the description, you will be just caught up. You will be informed. Your brain will get so much brain food. Okay? It really will. All right. So let's move on to the next story, which is Chris Hedges' latest column. It's on SheerPost, and Democrats, the more effective evil. Of course, the Republicans are worse, but maybe they're not. The point is a lot of us think that the Republicans are so bad, the Democrats are going to save us. No, they won't. And of course, everything Chris, I try to read everything that Chris Hedges again writes, and not only did I take note of this column this time, but Revolutionary Blackout also took note of this column. And I didn't watch the video, but we'll put a link to the video of Revolutionary Blackout talking about this column, which was on SheerPost. So we'll link in the description to the SheerPost column and to the Revolutionary Blackout video, which I did not see. But if you watch it, you'll probably enjoy it. Look, let's remember, everybody. Let's remember. John F. Kennedy was a Democrat, and then he died. So we'll never, So that's one of history's what ifs. Okay, but then President Johnson came after him, right after him. He was a Democrat. Did he give us health care? No. Did he give us the Vietnam War? Yes, or rather, he continued it. Okay? Who was the next Democrat? Jimmy Carter, the next Democratic president. Did he give us health care? No. Who was the next Democratic president? Bill Clinton. Did he give us health care? No. Who was the Democrat president after Clinton? Obama. Did he give us health care? No. Obamacare does not give everyone health care. It did give some people, a lot of people, health care who did not have health care before, but it gave them some health care. It didn't give them complete health care. And Obama continued the wars that his predecessor, Republican Bush, started. So the Democrats are not going to save us. Okay? What will save us, and if you follow Chris Hedges, you'll hear him say this all the time, is sustained civil disobedience. And maybe we can talk about that on another time. Actually, maybe I've already linked to one of Chris Hedges' videos about that, or maybe he talks about it in this column. I forget. I did read the column though. Did not watch the revolutionary blackout video about it, but I did read the column. Okay. All right. So link to that, and then let's move on to the next story. Yeah, there we go. Do we have a graphic? We should have the link to that video. Do we have the graphic for that video? Well, that's okay. So anyway, Revolutionary Blackout talked about Chris Hedges' latest piece in SharePost, which I just talked about. You know what? If you just go to YouTube and search Revolutionary Blackout, then click on the Revolutionary Blackout icon, click on videos, and search for the video with the title that says something like Chris Hedges, Democrats are the more effective evil. You'll find it. I didn't see it, but you'll probably enjoy it. Okay, let's get to the next story, which is the recent presidential debate here in the Philippines. So if we can put that on the screen. Okay, so here's my take on the debate. I didn't even see it. Somebody sent me a link to the video, man, and I just stopped watching. When the host said on the microphone, started talking, welcome to the debate. The candidates will have this much time to talk and respond, and et cetera, or as we say here in the Philippines, or as we say, sa Pinas, etc. I was like, F this, and I stopped watching. It looked like a game show. It had the swinging lights, the audience clapping. I felt like I was watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or The Weakest Link, or something. And I was just like, man, forget this. This is not politics. This is not a serious discussion of what's going on in the Philippines. This is entertainment. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And I know that it was there's a lot. I know there was probably the person who sent it to me said there was this really good moment where this professor made Marcos look like an idiot. I bet you what really happened was that Marcos made himself look like an idiot. His mother makes herself look like a total psychopath. So Marcos is a son of a. Anyway, so I missed. Maybe I did miss the best part of the debate, but you know what? I missed that whole debate because it was so ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next story, which is Lee Camp, the one, the only, Jesus Christ himself. That's Lee Camp. Look at him. I think he is Jesus. He's got the long, beautiful hair. He's got the mustache. He's got the beard. He must be Jesus, I mean, Camp, that's his last name. C, same as Christ, and he looks like him. You know, he's not as handsome as I am because nobody is as uh, handsome as I am. You know, Lee Camp, maybe he looks like a hot Jesus, and I just look hot. And So he talks to the one and the only Roger Waters, and they talk about Assange. They talk about human rights. They talk about much more. I'm telling you that this video by itself is really something. So please, everybody watching this, click all the links in the description. Watch all the videos. Read all of the articles. You will be caught up on what is happening globally and in the United States. You will really you have a good understanding of the world as it is, what is really happening. Um, this is a terrific video, definitely worth your time. All the links are worth your time. Um, I have seen or read most of them. Some of them I haven't, but those that I haven't, I've seen parts. Well, even some I haven't seen part. But I want to share this with you because, again, this is an independent news channel. It's hard. I was talking to some people. I could make this into a channel about a girl with a low cut what top, showing off her boobies and then playing with her cute little dog, and that would probably get 1 million views easily. But no, I don't want to do that. Okay, I want this, and it gets back. It gets back to the whole game show debate, which I did not see. I want this channel just to be, facts and informative. And I want it to be substance over style. Okay, I really do. I miss print. I miss magazines and newspapers. I mean, I wasn't alive. I was not alive in the 1920s, but the New York Times had 3 editions, if you can believe that: a morning edition, a noon edition, and an evening edition. Or a morning, afternoon, and evening edition, something like that. But for people like me who are news junkies, we just have so much to read every day. Wonderful. But I mean, hey, there's a lot to read. I used to say life is too short and there are too many books to read. I still believe that. Life is too short and there are too many books to read. Anyway, great video. I saw it. Link in the description. Please click on it and please watch it. So let's go to the next story, please, which we're still in Black History Month. So let's talk about Obama. So this week for Black History Month, I want to talk about my take on Obama. I think he's really is a failed president, and I already mentioned this before. But he said he would give us health care. He didn't. Oh, look, there's Obama. I can't give the finger because then YouTube might take this video down. But he said he would give us. He said he would give us health. I hope YouTube doesn't take this video down just because of what I did with the pen. But anyway, hey YouTube, you want to see what I can do with this pen? It's not that kind of channel. I already said that. Hey, what are you guys thinking? That's not what I'm thinking. Anyway, Obama said he would give us health care. He didn't. He said he would end the wars. He didn't. Total failure as a president. Total. Yeah, it's really sad. I know. for Black History Month. Last week I critiqued Kamala Harris. Now I'm critiquing Obama. And what did I do for the first thing of Black History Month? I forget. But anyway, and next week the next show will be the last. I'll do something for Black History for the last time. But again, let's be clear. Yes, Obama was the first Black president. Yes, he was 2 terms, but he said he would end the wars. He didn't. He said he would give us health care. He didn't. It's really sad when you point out how the Democrats are failing us. Man, people on Facebook, they say, stop posting on my wall, or they start attacking you personally. And it's like, I'm just stating the facts. Okay. Do I want Trump to be, did I want Trump as president? No. I made a speech and I did another video about that, about I don't like him. I'm not a Republican. But the Democrats, they just, so anyway, but getting back to Obama, again, he said he'd give us health care. He didn't. He said he'd end the wars. He didn't. Oh, Obama broke his promises. Gee, why did Trump win? I don't understand. I mean, it's really frustrating. In a way, I'm tired of America. I've kind of given up on America. I think America is a failed state in denial, or some people have said that it's a failed state. So maybe it's a failed state in denial. All right. So enough about Barack Obama and how he's a total failure. And let's talk about this week's book recommendation. 1984, the graphic novel by George Orwell and Fido Nesti. Okay, so of course, 1984 itself was a book. I read it, but most recently, this graphic novel came up. There's the graphic. Pick it up. Ooh, very, very dark. It's a very different experience from reading the book than from watching it. Very, very dark. But yeah, graphic novel, again, is just another fancy word for a comic. So it is a comic. Very dark, very good. But my gosh, so prescient. Because in 1984, everybody, and just in case you're wondering, Davaoeños, shout out. You can buy this. Well, because I live in Davao, I always buy my books most of the time at Fully Booked in Brisa Mall. But books are expensive. So this book, you should read both. Read the book and the comic book. If you can only read one, just read the book. But it's just amazing because he wrote this book before TV was invented in 1945. Okay, or maybe some versions of TV were being invented or had been shown. I forget. But in this dystopian future, everybody is watching this screen, and the screen is watching you too. Is that mind-blowing or what? In 1945, he predicted what's happening now. All of us are watching the screens, and the screens are watching us too. They're collecting our data. They can hack into us and see us, see what we're doing. I'm talking to a screen right now. You're watching a screen. and it's talking to you. You know, uh, it's worse than TV because in what not worse, is that the right word? But it's more than it's different than TV because, see, first TV you just watched, and now with the internet, with your computer screen or your phone, it talks back to you. You interact with it, and that's part of how they're controlling us. If you watch my minimalism videos, you'll see my phone is my Samsung is not a particularly expensive phone, but that's, my gosh, we're being distracted, and that's how we're being controlled. When you see, when you're just being entertained, or start further back, when you're homeless, like in America, or when you have 2 jobs and you still can't afford to survive, or barely afford to survive, you're too tired to think about these things. You're too tired to think, maybe we need a better healthcare system. You're too tired to think, maybe we need to change our gun laws. You just want to sit down, watch TV, or do something because you're just so exhausted, because life has beaten you down so much. It's nice just to just not think and just to zone out and not do anything. Okay. And then when you're not thinking, that means you can't think to plan revolution, and those in power stay in power. So there you have it. 1984. George Orwell knew through the propaganda machine, which back then was print and radio, he knew that technology would advance and make distracting us, which is a form of control, even easier and more insidious. So highly recommend this. It's I will say reading the book was easier than reading the comic book, because appropriately, the comic book is visually so disturbing and it's difficult to take in. I couldn't read it. I didn't read it all in one sitting. I had to read it a little bit at a time, the comic book. Wow. So it's good stuff. And I think that's it for this show. So that's it for this show. Sorry again for going live at a different time, but scheduling, and we're a brand new channel, and we're trying to do the best with what we have. I won't name names, but I can't do this without, well, they know who they are. I can't do this alone. Thank you very much. So hopefully we'll see a video. I'll drop another video before, today's the 18th, before the 25th. So hopefully we'll drop another video before the 25th. Hopefully my next video will be before, and then my next video will be on the 27th. So hopefully we'll drop another video before the 25th, and then I'll do another live stream on the 27th, but we'll see. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.